So RTE been brought in front of the Oireachtas.
Yes, so this is a big hoo-ha that has occurred over the last week because there have been several broadcasts on Liveline discussing trans people, transgender people. And the Dublin Pride were media partnering with RTE, and they have severed that. And RTE say that's very regrettable and that is the nature of debate. And Dublin Pride are saying, well, look, you can't use this rhetoric around trans people. You need to treat them properly. You need to discuss their rights.
People aren't discussing other people's lives. We had the Gender Recognition Act in 2015.
Exactly.
There was no issue. No one minded it. This is the smallest community of people in the entire world that some people never even probably knew about or mightn't have met a trans person. And we are importing issues from other countries.
I think this is the big problem because this is playing out in England at the moment because they are trying to bring in their Gender Recognition Act. We have had ours for 7 years already, and there's been no encroachment on women's spaces. So this is what the Dublin Pride are saying. You're whipping up this rhetoric that is and importing, as you say, this kind of alt-right view. So the crossover between what are people's genuine fears around.
But what's happened in the past 7 years?
Exactly.
We've had it for 7 years.
We've had it for 7 years, and you have not noticed any different. You haven't been in a public toilet and had a,
There has been no issue.
Sexual assault.
Was this a talking point around it if it lasted 3 days, or was it just a case that they stirred it up?
I think this is the thing as well, is the criticism that is RTE actually. People are saying you're being used by the alt-right, like this is their playbook. And
because as people who have worked in radio stations, you know one thing, that when one person might be listening, they'll send a message into a WhatsApp group of people who are not listening, and they'll get in contact, and then it will just be kind of taken over. And I'm just sitting there going, are you being used by a small minority?
Which is the genuine fear, because we should have discussions around these things. Discussion is healthy, but when it verges into sort of hateful, or, I think that some of the accusations, I haven't heard those particular programmes, but from my understanding is that they kind of misgendered people, saying, you're not a man, you're not a woman.
It was...
And this is...
heartbreaking.
This is the kind of talk we haven't had here before. This has existed in America, and this has existed in the UK. And I think the worry is that we are importing it.
It's 7 years. We did this 7 years ago, and nothing has been going on since then. I just think it's awful. Anyway.